Namaskar and welcome to this third wari or third offering of our journey from Dehu Alandi to Pandharpur. Today's offering is special because in today's journey we are going outside of Maharashtra, we are going to Karnataka. In lot of poetry or abhang or kirtan or bhajan or poems of the saint literature of Maharashtra, Vitthal or Vithoba is called as Kannada. Or maybe Vitthal is also said as Kannada or Karnataku. Meaning of Kannada is someone who is from the land of Kannada people or Kannadi people or from Karnataka. In one of the abhang of Santa Jnaneshwar, he says, Kannada Vitthalu Karnataku. That means Vitthal is from Karnataka or he is Kannada. That means Kannadi. Or in one of the abhang of Santa Eknath, he says, Kannada Vitthalu Vittevari. Or he also says, Kannada Vitthalu Kannada Bole. That means the Vitthal from Kannadi land speaks Kannadi. Or recent poem, Gadi Madgulkar, he also says Kannada Raja Pandharicha. In today's journey, we are going to learn about why this king of Pandharpur is called as Kannada. And we will also see one of the saint poet from the land of Karnataka, an extreme devotee of Pandhari's king, that is Pandharinath or Vitthal. First we will see why our beloved Vithoba or Vitthal is called as Kannada, and then we will see about the saint poet. Vijayanagar was a very big kingdom once upon a time in India, and Vijayanagar's empire was famous outside India. It was trading outside India also. The king of Vijayanagar, Krishnadev Rai, was a hardened devotee of Vitthal. He has established his kingdom, a capital in Hampi. And in Hampi, if you will go today also, a biggest temple premise is called as Vitthal temple premise. In this Vitthal temple premises, there are many wonders. One of them is that if you beat on the pillars, you will be able to find Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni, Sa. Or maybe a stone chariot is established within the premise, which is imprinted on India's some of the currency notes also. You can see that. And that premise is Vitthal premise. Santa Eknath, his great-grandfather, Santa Bhanudas, brought Vitthal from the Vijayanagar empire and brought it in Pandharpur and re-established into Pandharpur. And that is why our beloved Vithoba is called as someone who is coming from Vijayanagar, that is Karnataka, someone who is coming from Karnataka, someone who is coming from the land of Kannadi people or Kannada people into Maharashtra. Such beautiful history that we have behind this thing. One of the devotee and one of the saint poet of Vijayanagar's empire was Purandaradas. There were two sects of Dasa, or maybe Kuta, that is called as Kuta. One is Vyasakuta and the other one is called as Dasarakuta. Vyasakuta was a congregation or collection of people who would debate in primary language Sanskrit and would be intellectually debating on the Agamas, Nigamas and Darshan Shastras as such. However, people related to Dasarakuta were common people like us, and who would spread the word of Lord into common language, and in Karnataka it is Kannadi or Kannada. Purandaradasa was one of from the Dasarakuta. There are other dasas also, Kanakadasa, Kuvinadasa, and one of them is Purandardas. Purandardas is also he also carries name of Vitthal in his mudra. So in many of the poems, or maybe all of the poems, which are numbered as 475,000 poems that he has written, in all of them he uses his mudra as Purandar Vithala. That means he is related to Vithala. He is also considered as the Pitamaha, or the founder, or maybe great grandfather of Karnataka Sangeet. In India, there are two sects of music. One is Hindustani and the other one is Karnataka style of singing. So he is considered to be the Pitamaha, great grandfather of Karnataka music, and today's entire Karnataka music system is brought in or maybe established by Purandaradasa. He was a strong believer of Dvaita Bhav, or duality. That means he considers God and the Bhakta separate. He was a proponent of this thing. In today's Vari, that is what we are going to see. We will see one Abhanga. In this Abhanga, he says, you have closed the door, but the latch or the lever of the door is still hanging and still beating. Before we understand what is the meaning of this Abhanga, what is the core of this Abhanga, and what we get it explained about the Abhanga, we will hear the Abhanga. My friend Unnat Jain has recited this Abhanga in Kannada and he has given for us. We will listen to him and then we will understand what is the meaning and the core of this Abhanga.
The latch is still shaking. ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದೆಕೋ ಚಿಲಕ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡುತ್ತಿದೆ ಚಿಲಕ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡುತ್ತಿದೆ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದ ಪಾಪವು ಹೋದೀತು ಹೊರಗೆಂದು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದೆಕೋ
ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಗಯ್ಯಾಳಿ ಮೂಳಿ ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಚಿಲುಕ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡುತ್ತಿದೆ ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದ ಪಾಪವು ಹೋದೀತು ಹೊರಗೆಂದು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಭಾರತ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಪಂಚರಾತ್ರಾಗಮ ಸಾರತತ್ವದ ಬಿಂದು ಸೇರಿತು ಒಳಗೆಂದು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಅಂದುಗೆ ಕಿರುಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂಗಾಲಿಲಳಬಿಟ್ಟು ದಿಂಧಿಮಿ ಧಿಮಿಕೆಂದು ಕುಣಿವ ದಾಸರ ಕಂಡು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ನಂದನ ಕಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಚಂದವಾದ ಧ್ವನಿ ಹೋದೀತು ಕರ್ಣಕ್ಕೆಂದು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಹರಿಶರಣರ ಪಾದ ಸರಸಿಜ ಯುಗಳದ ಪರಮ ಪಾವನವಾದ ರಜವು ಬಿದ್ದೀತೆಂದು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಮಂಗಳಮೂರ್ತಿ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ತುಂಗ ವಿಕ್ರಮ ಪದದಂಗುಳಿ ಸೋಕೀತೆಂದು ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ ಗಯ್ಯಾಳಿ ಮೂಳಿ ಕದವ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಳಿದ್ಯಾಕೋ.
Imagine a Haridasa. Haridasa are the people who are coming from Dasarakuta. So imagine Purandardas, maybe one of the Haridasa, who is holding chipali in his one hand. Chipali is an instrument which will give you beat. Tambura, which will give you the sound and the sur. And in his feet, he is wearing anklets or maybe ghungru. And he is attired with all these instruments and he is proceeding with the name of Vithala or maybe Vishnu or Krishna or whatever is the name of that beloved Lord of Purandaradasa. And he gets into a lane where someone is listening to the ringing of the anklets, chipadi and tambura. And one of the wretched woman, or maybe a talkative woman, or a woman who blemish other people, shuts the door on the face of Purandara Das or maybe Haridasa. In this Abhanga, Purandara Das talks about this act of shutting the door. He says, why did she shut the door? That talkative, wretched, and one who gives blemish to others, that woman has shut the door. Why she must have done this thing? Though she has shut the door, the lever of the door or maybe latch of the door is still hanging and still beating on the door. Is she thinking that if she will keep her door open, the sins of her will come out? Let the sin come out of the door. Let it come on the road and let her face that. He further says, when Haridasa comes and they chant Ramayana, Mahabharata or Pancharatragama, that means the philosophy of the foundation and philosophy of Bhakti or maybe Darshan Shastra of India. When they are coming and talking about this thing, is she worried that she will get the sprinkles of such a great wisdom and she is not ready, or she doesn't want to take that wisdom in her? What is that and why is she shutting the door? Let it be. Even though she had shut the door, the latch and the lever of the door is still hanging and still beating. He further says, when Haridasas are moving, there would be dust which is going to move. Is she afraid that some of the dust will come inside her house, and that is why she is shutting the door? What is that she is shutting the door from? Is she afraid of the sins? Then he further says that Tunga Vikrama, that means the Haridasas who are moving around the river of Tungabhadra. Tungabhadra is a very big river in the capital state of Vijayanagar, that is Hampi. And the Haridasas are moving across the bank of the Tungabhadra, and behind them is the Lord who is moving. Is she afraid of all of this? And that is why she is shutting the door? Why is she shutting the door? The wretched woman, the woman who is giving blemish to others, is shutting the door, and she is afraid of certain acts of her and sins of her. Such a beautiful composition. When we see that in USA, the black Americans are getting treated bad. In India's history also we have seen there is casteism and there is so much of bad things which are happening on certain names of lower caste, upper caste, etc. And when we are talking about the philosophy, I may be believing in Advaita philosophy, that is non-duality. I might be believing in Dvaita philosophy, that is dual philosophy. I might believe that there is no God. I might believe that there is only one God. I might believe that there are multiple gods. I might believe that the universe itself is God, and I might believe there is no God, there is only act. Whatever may be the philosophy, are we opening our mind, our brain and our intellect, and the doors of mind, brain and intellect for receiving this kind of philosophy inside us? If we do not know, how am I going to talk about this thing? Even if I shut the door on the face of such kind of idealism and such kind of ideas, the ideas will still come and knock at your door. Such a beautiful poem that Purandara Dasa has given it to us, written in 15th century, appropriate and applicable in today's time also. When we are talking about diversity and inclusion in a corporate world, are we even thinking about their tolerance? Are we even thinking about acceptance of other ideas, other diverse things? That is what is a question Shri Purandaradasa is asking in this Abhanga. You might shut the door, but the latch is still hanging, the latch is still knocking at your door. Is your door so weak that it can still bring, it is so weak that it is still giving that knock on the door? If it is so, we have to ask this question: is the door of my mind, brain and intellect, or maybe of my soul or the universe, it's so weak, or am I shutting it? If I am shutting, let me open it. Let my disbelief come in front and let me face that. We need to think about this thing. In today's world, this Abhanga of Purandaradasa is so relevant. Let this wisdom keep coming to us and let all of us accept that with open door. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.